Ta-da!
Skynet launched.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, as weird as this just feels weird. I'm just calling it out. This is the first.
Is bizarre.
Yeah, this is the first. The official Casual Gamer podcast. So let's start out with. My name is Tyler Winters. And Jacob, who are you?
I'm Jacob. I play video games.
And I also play video games.
Well, fantastic. That's perfect. So yeah, since this is the first, just really quick, this is the official Casual Gamer, and the whole idea behind this is, we're all gamers, and we all are hanging out and want to just talk about video games because this is a passion of ours. And the name was kind of come up with sort of off of a play of Nintendo, back in the day, saying that they're not applying themselves to the core gamer anymore. And I consider myself a core gamer. I know Jacob does. I'm sure Dalton does as well. But the name was kind of come up with because, it's like, why can't things be casual, but that makes you not a core gamer or whatever. So that's just kind of the idea. And the only reason it's called the official Casual Gamer is because some jerkwad already had the domain name for the casualgamer.com. So.
Screw that guy.
Exactly. So we're official.
He's not invited to the party.
No, he's not. He's not, because this is official. So yeah. So that's what this is. And
watch that person call us out now.
That's fine, because we're not going to do like some podcasts do where they have like correction emails and stupid crap like that. I actually listened to a podcast where they do that, and it's stupid. I don't care.
I don't even know what that is.
It's literally people write in to correct things that they've said.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yes. I mean, at some point when we've got a little more of our groundwork laid out, we'll actually have a way for people to write. I mean, actually, you can right now. We have the official casualgamer@gmail.com. So there you go. You can email that. And if it's a correction, we may or may not listen to you.
Yeah, flood Tyler with corrections.
Yeah.
Pardon any food sounds. I'm enjoying the last bites of my lasagna. So, here's what we're gonna do. All three of us are gonna say, favorite console of all time.
Oh boy. Okay.
Or let's change that a little bit, because that's hard.
No, I could probably do that. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, if you can answer it, favorite console of all time. And then current console played most. And yeah, favorite console of all time, current console played most, and then yeah, let's just do those two to start. All
right.
So Jacob, go for it.
Oh, okay. I would probably have to say the Nintendo GameCube. I don't know why I said Nintendo GameCube. That's wow.
Clarification.
Mostly because it was the first console that I owned. I always played video games growing up, but it was my parents weren't into it so much, and so I had to like smuggle games into the house and like go over to friends to play. So when I finally did get a GameCube, that was my first actual console.
Nice.
And I have a lot of tons of great games, and I really enjoyed it. So the console I play on the most right now is the PS4. I really like the games library, and a lot of my friends have a PS4. So I've been kind of going with that. I will be getting a gaming PC pretty soon, though, and I'll be using that quite a bit. So I'll be alternating between the two. So
nice. Dalton.
I don't know what my all-time favorite console is, but I would have, the one I play most would be the Xbox One, the more superior. Consoles.
Xbox is the best box.
You're not wrong. But yeah, but like the first console I ever had was PlayStation 1.
Nice.
Or maybe it was a N64. I really don't know.
both are great. So both are.
True statement. True statement. Okay, so I would probably say that I think my honest to gosh favorite console of all time, I'm just gonna go with the Super Nintendo, because you know, yeah, other guys like Atari and all those guys, you know, there's other video games out there before Nintendo, but Nintendo established the industry. Other Japanese video games and console creators, all that helped, but like Nintendo was like king back in the day, and so the NES was awesome, and then they made the Super Nintendo, and it has probably one of the best library of video game the library of video games for the Super Nintendo is just absolutely amazing. Yeah, and yeah, there's really good controllers now, but like the Super Nintendo controller was just prime for so many years. So many years. And you had new buttons, you had the shoulder buttons, and everything was just like, oh my God. So that's probably my favorite of all time. And it's what I grew up with. Like the NES, since I was born in '84, the NES came out in '85. So I was playing the NES when it was like old, basically older, and then the Super Nintendo comes out, and it's like that's what I grew up with. What I play most now is actually Xbox. It was the 360 and then the Xbox One. Nintendo just hasn't had the library of video games since Super Nintendo.
Don't get me started.
And so it's just the easiest for me. I gravitated to it, and it's hilarious because I actually really like the PS3 and the PS4 because they're like powerhouse multimedia machines. But I've just not really gotten into the library of games that are available. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with that one.
But like I'm probably in between. Like even though hardware and content, not hardware, but content that I own, I'm more like closer to Dalton per what I actually enjoy and can appreciate. I'm in between you two. So, yeah. This was actually Jacob's idea. I think this would be fun. If you can name them, what were the 5 top games you were playing last year? Since we're into the start of 2017 and all that. If you can hit 5,
oh boy,
what were they?
Oh man,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to. Oh
I know,
wow,
right?
I didn't know we were actually gonna do this.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So I was saying I don't even know if I can actually do 5, to be honest. I know for a fact one of the freaking games, absolutely amazing, Ori and the Blind Forest.
You finally played it. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, no, I was playing it. I was definitely playing it last year. I haven't beaten it. Holy crap, dude! I have not beaten it.
Oh man, dude. Do you remember me recommending that to you?
Yeah,
because I recommended that to you so hard. It's in my it might even be in my top 10 favorite games, to be honest. Crazy.
I would 100% agree with that. It's so good. Have you played it yet, Dalton? Wait, what the crap? Don't you own it?
Yes.
So you play it.
I haven't installed it.
Well, whatever. Play it.
I mean, I will.
No, you won't.
I mean,
it's not going to happen.
It might.
Exactly. There's the truth. There's the truth.
I don't know.
No.
Do I get some incentive to play it?
Yeah, you're going to play one of the best games ever. That's your incentive, you dweeb.
It's pretty amazing.
So, yeah, that game, I have not encountered a game that has as beautiful music as that game does. I mean,
have you played any of the Fallout series?
Yeah, you bought me Fallout 4.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, install Ori and play it for an hour. And I will give you $5 if you actually think And I'm being no BS.
Whoa! Are
no,
you setting
like,
him up to say?
I actually think that Fallout is better. None of that crap, so that you can get $5. If you need
You're
$5,
incentivizing him. You're incentivizing
I
him
am.
to say that it's not as good as Fallout 4.
But see, that's what I'm saying. If you actually need $5 that bad that you're gonna lie, I'll give you $5.
Okay.
Because if you play that game for an hour,
Seems legit.
you will find out.
It's just like a great Metroidvania style game. Like just the gameplay. I've never played that style. I've never played a Metroidvania either, where the control of the character felt so fluid. And it's almost like you're watching a cutscene, or like you're watching a movie, then you're playing a game. Just like the way that you're absorbed while you're playing it. It's pretty great.
No, seriously, and dude, oh my gosh, like it's a silly little, almost like, cartoonish kind of game, because you're fictional little weird creature characters and all that stuff. But dude, it just tugs on your heartstrings. Like, oh my gosh, it's like, and like, yeah, it's like, I can't believe it. Also, I enjoy it so much, but yet it has made me want to throw my controller so hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally Dark Souls to me.
I feel like that's Dark Souls to everyone.
Yes, that is true, and the reason for that is because Dark Souls sucks.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Here's one thing that I will say, like, if I can, and I don't hate Dark Souls. I think that there's many things to appreciate about it. However, I didn't see this popping up until recently. I've seen other people say this, and it's very vindicating to me. Dark Souls is not a difficult game. I've played plenty of, I mean, it is hard, but like the issue isn't just that it's difficult, it's that the mechanics are made intentionally frustrating. And so, and that's why a community has really come up around it, not just because like of the lore and because people want to talk about it and try to understand what's going on. That's part of it. But they also they go online onto forums because they're like, how do I do this? Like the game doesn't explain how this works. And so everyone's kind of like getting together and figuring it out. That's kind of like what Minecraft has been to an extent, and why there's such a huge community around that. And so, it's like mechanically, for good or for better or for worse, it is mechanically frustrating, and that's why I have a hard time with it. I don't think it's a bad game per se. I don't enjoy it as much as other people do. But I don't think it's bad.
Dalton,
I just like how angry it makes me feel. I like the challenge. Or like, sometimes I'm just like in a dull mood. I'm like, I need some excitement in my life. I play 30 minutes of Dark Souls and I just want to like run through a wall or something.
Oh my god. So my experience with Dark Souls was Wait,
hold on. Are we talking Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2? Or is there a 3 out yet?
There is a 3 out. There is.
It
is a very highly rated game, and it's very popular.
Or maybe I have played 3. I don't know.
You should play it if you like Dark Souls, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I played Dark Souls 1.
Yeah. Because I lent you one, Dark Souls 1.
Yes, you did. And I put it in. And I played it. And Jacob, you hit the nail on the head. It's frustrating because the mechanics suck.
They don't suck if you're good at the game.
Yeah, you know what? That's like it's like you drive a car that doesn't have power steering and doesn't have power brakes, and it's like, well, it doesn't suck if you're used to it. Then go drive a car that then go drive a car that has power steering and power brakes. It's boom. I mean, like, solved right there. I just won the argument.
Nah.
On the internet. Right there. No, I'm playing this game, and it's like the control of your character is horrendous. It's dark. It's not called Dark Souls because
scoff.
It's not. It's not called Dark Souls because it's like, oh, his soul is dark. It's called Dark Souls because there's no lighting.
It's called Dark Souls because you're like, you have to get a clean soul or just any sort of soul to, like.
No. No, it's not. I don't care about your dumb.
Tyler
It's
knows the
called-
game better than you do, Dalton. He knows what's going on.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah. Of course. My bad.
You can't see the forest for the trees, man. You're too close to the subject matter. Anyways, yeah, keep that in mind if you do play Ori the Blind Forest, Dalton. It can get really frustrating.
But not as frustrating as Dark Souls.
And I don't think so. It's actually more rewarding in my opinion too.
Yeah. Is there Sun Bro?
One funny.
No, there isn't Sun Bro.
What? What is that? Is that a Dark Souls reference?
Like praise the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, praise the sun.
What is that? What?
Oh my gosh, you would have to play the game to understand.
Not gonna happen. Who has toe thumbs and doesn't get that reference? This guy. Anyways, Ori and the Blind Forest, fantastic game. Another game came out forever ago. Don't care. I was playing it. It was fun. Was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, the HD remake for the 3DS. That was a lot.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, I shouldn't be surprised.
Well, it's like I was actually slightly surprised because I played that game when it came out on the 64, was super into it like everybody else, and then just got really sort of just like jaded with it, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's the best Zelda ever!"
No!
Pretty much, and I'm like,
that's
"No,
me.
yeah, it is you." And I don't prescribe to that. I get why people love it. It's not the best to me. I get why get why someone could say it's the best based off of what I'm about to say. It's not the best to me because it actually uses almost the exact same freaking model as it does. Not even kind of. It does use the exact same model as Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo.
Mhm.
Exact same thing. The only thing that makes it better, ish, is that it's a 3D game in a technically open world.
Mhm.
Like that's the only thing that
And-
makes it better than the Super Nintendo.
And they did it without and maybe this is partly due to the graphical limitations of the time, but they did it without everything, because a lot of games these days, they're these big open worlds with nothing in them. You know, they're just like if there's any interesting stuff, it's pretty hard to find. Whereas in Ocarina of Time, all the interesting stuff is close together. You don't need a mini map to find anything. You don't need waypoints. Because you can see pretty much where everything is anywhere, and then you're just like, oh, okay, I just got to go over there, and then you just travel there, and it's all in it's all in one map, So it's like, it's not like in Super Mario 64 where you're in Princess Peach's castle. It's this cohesive open world, and yeah, it's actually,
Woo! Excuse me.
yeah.
No, I totally agree. Totally agree. Reasons for why people think it's the best game, I get, and I can't really disagree with them on. I just don't feel like it's the best.
I don't think it's the best. I don't think I've ever said that. Like,
I don't
best
know.
game of all time. It does everything better than every other game. It's the best.
Well, no, best Zelda.
The best Zelda. Okay. Ooh, I think I have said that. That I probably would say something like that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I was actually pleasantly surprised that, like, how much fun I actually had on the HD remake for the 3DS. I was very pleasantly surprised. Like, it's very enjoyable, totally worth getting, and it's like, I don't know how many years old now, and it's still like 40 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow, awesome for like one of the first 3DS games. Okay, guess that means it's still good.
Thank you, Nintendo.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. And then, so I'm just only going to hit 3 games here. One, not to eat up a lot of time because I can't think of any.
That's the real.
Sorry,
reason.
I muted my mic to eat some Doritos, and I forgot to unmute my mic.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I was going to say, like, we lost Dalton, but like,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you did it on purpose or like what was going on.
He's just being super contemplative right now. The Last of Us. I got The Last of Us last year.
Did you finish it?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I have a 1.5-year-old. Shut up, dude.
Just have it sit there and play it with you. She'll love it.
It's
She'll
dude.
completely understand.
Well, like, yeah. Okay, so Last of Us, super fun game. I actually because I bought Leanne for Christmas a PS4. It's The Last of Us remastered.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know like how much better it actually is.
It's better.
Really?
30 frames to 60 frames. It's better. 60 frames is always better than 30 frames.
Yeah, you know? I mean, it's definitely a clean looking game. I like it a lot. My general impression of that game. No spoilers because I have not beaten it. I can tell you the exact point where I am. We just found the girl. You know, you're the character.
Spoiler: something Joel. Happens.
The girl that looks like Ellen Page.
I'm gonna shoot you, Dalton. Yeah. So you're Joel. You're running around. You're doing your thing. You meet the girl. You're supposed to escort her. It's me, Joel's like girlfriend or like life partner or whatever
relationship.
Yeah, whatever she is. What the heck? And then you get the girl and you're about to just go start escorting her out of the building.
So like right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, pretty much. But like the beginning of the game, I mean, it starts out, you have the zombie apocalypse kind of happening right in front of you, and your friggin' daughter gets shot. And it's just like, oh my God.
They did that so well. They did that so well.
And so that happens, and then you wake up like 20 years later, and Joel's all grizzled and hardened and hates the world.
Yeah.
And like the first hour or two of the game, you encounter, I think, 3 zombies. Everything else is you going through the city and like ganking people because you're trying to get your stolen guns back.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just is like, oh, you thought you were playing a zombie game? No, you're just playing the darkness of humanity.
Yeah. No, it
got dark.
It did.
It took a turn.
Yeah.
Seriously, have you played it, Dalton?
No.
If you get the chance, you really should. It's one of the best games out there. The part of why the death scene with the girl is so impacting is because they start the game from the little girl's point of view. So you're literally in this house that's like really well. It just looks. The graphics are fantastic and it's very immersive with all these fantastic details. And you're walking around in your house and you're just this little girl, and you're. And then that's when like the zombie apocalypse is happening. So you feel completely powerless. And then most of that sequence is from the girl's perspective as, and so like when she finally does die, you're just like, oh, and then the way that they do it is, it was a surprise to me. And it's probably one of the most impacting death scenes I've ever seen in anything, like any movie, anything. I don't know how, like it's just the details of it and in the dialogue and in the motion capture, I guess, that really pull it off. I think it's just like the way they do it is ballsy. Like, I don't think they would have a death scene that was like that in a movie because it was so, like, I don't want to ramble on about this, but it was so, it wasn't a romantic death. It was very gruesome and it was very disturbing. And
sounds emotional.
Yeah, no, it was very emotionally impacting. So
serious. No, and it's like, which I did not even think about I did not even think about that, Jacob. And what's interesting is, so literally what Jacob was saying, Dalton, is like the game starts out, girl's perspective, you're walking through the house, everything like he said. But you're driving, there's the dad, the girl, and the dad's brother. And they're all 3 in the car, and boom, they get in a car accident trying to get out of town. And the perspective shifts. The game literally shifts you from controlling the girl to controlling the dad.
Oh, whoa.
And so now you're carrying, because the car crash, her leg hurts, so you're carrying your little girl. She's probably like anywhere from 9 to 12 years old. And you and your brother are running around, and your brother's already saved you once by shooting a zombie in the head. And you guys are going along, and you have to split up. He's like, go, you gotta go catch up to you, blah, blah, blah. So you're running off with your girl. You're about to make it, and a soldier stops you. and crap's just getting intense and weird, and he gets orders over his thing. You don't hear what his commander's telling him, but you get what he says, and he's like, "Yes, sir," and he points the gun at you, and you try and run, and he fires, and you fall, and he comes up to you. He's about to gank you, and your brother saves you again, and then the camera pans over, and your daughter is shot in the stomach, and she dies in your hands right there.
My gosh.
And so I didn't even think about that, Jacob, because the game starts you as the girl, and it literally shifts you into Joel's perspective.
Yeah.
And then the game is played from Joel's perspective. And it's in a game when
for
the
most of the rest of it, yeah.
Yeah, it starts out 20 years later.
Yeah, and that was the groundwork for what a fan. I mean, like, not to make this The Last of Us, the podcast, but like it sets the groundwork for this fantastic character that you totally believe. You know, I don't want to spoil some stuff that happens later on, but like, yeah. But he's a beast of a character, honestly.
Definitely. Okay, so those are mine. Who's up?
I'll go. My list is short. I haven't really played much this last year.
Do it.
All right, so number one most played one would be Fallout 4, of course.
Nice.
Because I am a huge Fallout fan. I just love Bethesda in general. I just love all their games. It's amazing. And then the most recently, I've been playing a bunch of Just Cause 3.
Oh,
What
nice.
series is that?
Just Cause. You know, I haven't actually played any of them.
Oh, you need to, especially number 3. You can destroy a lot of stuff, and I really like it. It's not like the Red Gorilla or whatever that series is. Where you can you're on Mars.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah.
I have no idea what
Red Factions Gorilla is what he's referring to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen a video game Donkeys gameplay where you can you can attach two different objects with you can take a line and like shoot it out. It's like a little
Grapple?
the grapple. So you can grapple a helicopter to like an electric pole, and then the helicopter will get caught on it and it'll like fall over, and then like you can do all sorts of crazy stuff like that. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it if you haven't played before.
Nice. I like how the pictures I'm looking at, every single picture is the guy jumping through the air at you, either feet first or head first, mostly head first. And he just looks like Nathan Drake from Uncharted on steroids.
Dude, every character looks like Nathan Drake from Uncharted now. I swear.
Serious. Is that it? You don't got a third one, Dalton?
Gosh, I'm trying to think what all I'm playing this year. I guess I'm a little late, especially with the Far Cry 3 and then Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
I'm playing that. That's really good. I forgot. The OG one for PlayStation 2 though. That was prime.
Dude, I love Battlefront on the PS2. I used to
so
play the
many
heck out of
hours.
that.
So many. So much time spent.
Funny story with Star Wars Battlefront. Battlefront 4, right? That's the newest one?
Sure.
No, it's just called Battlefront.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, weird.
It's a kind of a reboot.
Got it. I have that game 100% free. I have no idea how I got it free.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, I turned on my box and it's downloading, and I'm like, huh? Like, what?
When did that happen?
A couple months ago. Not long.
Was it? Yeah.
Did you get it for free?
No, I spent like $5 or something on it. I got it really cheap.
Yeah, I didn't do
it
that.
has been on sale because it didn't perform very well,
Mm.
which is so bizarre. But
Yeah, it was fun. I found it actually really fun.
I think we should get a game in because I want someone to play with.
That would be cool. Now it's not cross-platform, is it?
No.
very few games are.
Stupid, dude.
That it's funny. When there was talk about that, Microsoft is like, "Oh yeah, let's do that," and Sony's like, "What? No, we've always done cross-platform stuff," and then they just shut up about it because it's beneficial. Because we're at a point where it's extremely beneficial to Microsoft if they do cross-platform, but it's not beneficial to Sony if they do. So it's like this, it's like a game now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I remember reading an article basically saying that like it would benefit the crap out of Microsoft if Sony would actually open that floodgate.
Mm-hmm.
It actually wouldn't necessarily benefit Sony.
That's what he just said.
No, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, except he said it in like really smart terms. I was interpreting for the rest of the layman's out there.
Okay, thank you. I needed it.
Obviously not, since you got it. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. Also, Jacob said it way more snarky.
Was it?
Which I don't.
Was there snark there?
Yeah, I don't disapprove at all. Because that's totally how friggin' the stupid scene with the gaming stuff is. It was just this weird power play between these children with their toys.
That's what's making me want to go PC, honestly, is because I just feel like I'm waiting to get the things that I want from companies that I know don't care about me at all. Like I'm totally over whatever fanboy phase I have. I just don't care. Like wherever the games are, I will go. Pretty much wherever the games are and wherever I can play with my friends.
The funny thing about that though, dude, is like the breakdown. Like, so I actually had this example with Nintendo. And I totally just in the moment, right when you were saying that, came up with the one for the PC. So it's like Xbox, Microsoft, Sony, they are the two guys. They are so competitive with each other. They are neck and neck racing with each other. I mean, one's just booking it. He's just like, oh, yeah, I freaking finished that mile in 2.8 seconds. And it's like, oh, yeah, I finished it in 1.87. And it's like, well, in that 2.8 seconds, I was actually carrying 50 pounds while doing it. They're just like so trying to top each other.
Oh, yeah. Because
but Nintendo's like the guy who's just like does not care about how fast they win the race. They're just like, guys, did you see that cool backflip?
They're on another race. It's like a completely different race.
It's a different track, and they're trying to get everyone to see how cool that like cartwheel that they did was. Like I did it, guys, did you see that cartwheel? And as we did the cartwheel, we were actually juggling cones at the same time. And then it's like, dude, serious. And PC, just your description right there. PC is that guy who's sitting on the bench who's just like, y'all are losers.
It's like I beat that race like
he's
5 years ago.
He's the 7 Olympic gold medal winner.
Exactly. PC gaming is just like the elitist, like.
Oh, it is though. For a lot, sometimes it is. Yeah.
But
it's just
expensive.
like oh my god, that's why it's elitist.
No, dude. Like you can make a PC that runs better. It can do more stuff than a console can do for $500. You can make something way better than PS4. And that's only a little bit more what you're paying. And then you get like cheaper games, And if you want to go above that, you can. Like you can do more than 500, but already you're like surpassing what consoles can do, and you have the option of like upgrading as time goes on. So it's like, I don't know. Like there's a reason consoles exist, and I don't think that they shouldn't exist, but it's really up to because there's a specific experience that you're paying for when you get a console. Yeah. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And I don't think that it's expensive or as hard to get into as people sometimes say it is.
Too true.
Not trying to talk over you or whatever, Dalton. I was just like, I don't know. People say that a lot. Like they like.
Well, are you talking about building, Jacob?
Oh yeah, just like building your own PC.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, if you're gonna do gaming, if you're gonna do PC gaming, like learn to build it yourself.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, you got to be careful because you can screw your crap up real fast. You know, there's actually like you can actually like fry your motherboard.
Oh.
Well, if you can do that if it's an unlocked motherboard and you're like and if you're overclocking something, yeah, you can do that.
No, like if you don't secure it to your
really?
paste properly.
Oh, with the thermal paste. Okay, so you're saying like, okay. Yeah.
Like no, like you got to make sure you put the right screws in, man. Motherboards are they secure to the computer with little like spacers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's worth watching.
I've never done it, so.
Oh my god.
I will soon do that.
Watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, well, I figured like I'll just buy all the parts and I'll watch the videos when I get it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Show me YouTube.
Shout out to YouTube. In case you want to sponsor
the only source of information kids nowadays use. Shout out to YouTube. And Google.
Well, no, dude, it was hilarious. I love it. I was in the office at work, and I have a note, and it's from the secretary, and it's like, yeah, I can't, I wasn't able to get the I wasn't able to get the meter reading for the copier, because the people that we leased the copier from, they were like, hey, we need the meter reading for billing. And Dalton, what the crap is that? Is that you?
It's my phone. It's being weird.
Hey, I'm gonna get you a computer.
Dalton's phone is like, hey.
Yeah, I know. It's like, guys, look at me.
Someone kept texting me repeatedly.
But no, it's hilarious, dude, because like I don't know how to check the meter reading on a friggin' copier. I don't know what. Okay, so I literally just like Google, meter Canon IR ADV model number meter reading, and it's like YouTube hit, and it's literally some chick who's like, okay. And not even like someone just doing a home video. Like it's like an actual, like an official video. Like some chick's like, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to check the meter reading, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, this is the control panel, da, da, da. And there's going to be a button that says counter check. It might be on the side. Press that button. And then there's going to be a total, this and that, and you want that number. And then there's going to be a total, this and that, and you want that number. It was literally like 2 minutes.
Nice. Buckle up, guys. It's time for our meter reading podcast. It's going to be pretty exciting.
It just cracks me up because I'm like,
yeah,
like the secretary's older than me. I'm not being rude. It just cracks me up that it's like some people like I just Googled it.
I've done that with like my mechanic, like for my car. They're like, I don't know, I don't know how to do that, and I just like pull it up on my phone and I'm like, I found a video. Like, there you go. It's just like.
That's awesome. And you know what? That just brings it. Here we go, full circle.
Okay.
I know, right?
That
is exciting. A plus. That's a plus of PC gaming because you could fix an issue. I mean, something's wrong, you can fix an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, if your computer's not turning on and you need to YouTube something, you can't use your computer to fix your computer.
We have phones, Dalton. Shut up.
What if you don't?
PC's debunked. Okay, can we jump back to what you were saying about Sony and Microsoft in the race?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you probably remember like all the rumors about the PlayStation Neo, right? So we're leading up to E3, and everyone's like, "Oh, like the PlayStation Neo, it's going to be like this new PS4. It's way more powerful." And so, Microsoft, however, they got wind of it. They did, and so. At E3, and this might have even, I don't remember exactly where like the Microsoft versus the Sony conferences, like what day it's on. So it might have been before Sony announced it, but at E3, they're like, by the way, we're going to be releasing our Project Scorpio. So like completely like just totally stole Sony's thunder. So then they're like, so the PS4 Pro comes out and they're talking about like, it's like the 8, what is it? The 8 teraflops of power that the Scorpio has, and then like no, it's like 6 teraflops, right? So then like what's his face at Sony is like saying, oh well, actually we have the PS4 Pro can do like the half floats, so really like doing like 2 half floats, we can run it, and it's like 8 teraflops instead of 4. So it's faster than the Scorpio. And so everyone's like freaking out, like trying to like argue about it. And I don't even know what any of this means, but there's like people like firing back and forth on Twitter. Like, would you rather have a pizza or like 2 halves of a pizza? Like talking about like the half floats.
Is it, when was this?
Oh, this was like a couple months ago that this started happening. Yeah, but it's just like, and then Nintendo's like, we just want to sell you your kids like something that's basically the Switch is a successor to the 3DS, and they're just like, we just want your kids to play this while you watch TV. Like seriously, like if you look at the way they've designed it, like I was over at my family's place, and one of my little brothers, he's using like a Kindle, and he's playing like a shooter, like online against people in like one of those Minecraft like spin-off games, like, and he's playing this, and it's like, okay, like it's all here, like he's playing online, he's playing with people. All he needs now is like an actual controller setup and some better graphics, you know, and then he's going to be fine. He's doing it away from where everyone else is doing it, right? It's not like with what's happening with like basically it's not like they don't have to get off the TV, it's their own device. Plus there's like parental controls, so like at any point you're the mom, you just open up your phone and you just like press a button. And then, and you could just like open up your phone and be like, I don't want him to be playing anymore. Like he needs to get off after 9 p.m. And the Switch just shuts off after 9 p.m. Like he can't. And just
that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But that's literally what they're doing though. They're trying to create a successor to the 3DS that is like friendly for kids. Like they're in a completely different market. It's like a whole other thing.
That's also super hip to millennials.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I didn't even think about any of that. Just, dude, if you watch their ad campaign, it's in no way, shape, or form geared towards kids. They're trying to make it geared towards adults, like the ad campaign.
They're moving away from that stigma that they have, where it's too kid-centered.
Oh my gosh!
Because I mean, like,
yeah, go ahead, Alden.
Like, if you see someone playing a DS or something, you're like, oh, they're so childish. But like, really, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Yeah,
it's been stereotyped to be childish, or I don't mean to put this in any sort of offensive terms to anyone, but like, you know, like the fedora wearing neck bearded people. That group of like, I mean, like, I'm not saying everyone who plays the 3DS is like that, or like
shout out to fedora wearing neck bearded people.
Are you trying to confess something, Dalton?
Yes, I have a fedora and
Are you shaming?
Did we lose Tyler?
I don't know. I guess we did. Come back, Tyler. We're lost without you. We just got completely derailed there. We're just like, what were we? Which is probably fine.
There you are.
There we go.
That was weird. Okay, have you guys seen the Nintendo Switch? Oh, we're gonna do that. Jacob, your 3 games, go.
Oh, okay. So definitely Titanfall 2, which I did not expect. I did not expect it, but the campaign is amazing. It's one of the best shooter campaigns I've played in a long time, and the ending it was very emotional too, which is something like these are the people that made Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. So like you can kind of expect that from their campaigns. But I literally shed like a single manly tear when I was finished with that game. It was a very fulfilling, very like it had a lot of heart, and I wasn't expecting that. But also the action was fantastic. The multiplayer is great. Definitely like check it out, even just for the multiplayer.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's that. It's really hard for me to like. I'm gonna cheat. And I'm going to mention a game that I don't even think it might have come out last year. I think it did, but I didn't play it last year. And it was Gravity Rush Remastered. Gravity Rush is amazing. It's like Jak and Daxter meets Devil May Cry, and you can control gravity. It's fantastic. And it's like, it shouldn't be as fun as it is because it's a port of a PS Vita game. The visuals aren't the best, but for some reason, the gameplay is just top notch and the characters are really fun. And it's a cool premise. And the second one, I need to play the second one because that's out. And it's like the graphics are so much better and the gameplay has been enhanced quite a bit. I played the demo and I was like, oh. So yeah. Doom. I think Doom deserves a mention because
there you go.
Yeah, Doom was like such a great way to bring back the franchise after like Doom 3 and whatnot. It just feels right. It's just like the humor and like the story and the intense gore. Just like everything about it is just this really fun, self-aware type of game, which it has to be because like it's so cheesy. Like really, it's such a cheesy concept, but it's like very campy, self-aware while at the same time retaining its like grittiness and like, you know, so that was a blast to play. I don't know if I could think of many more at the moment. I'd have to like really think about it. So
sure.
Because it was a really good year for games, you know. But
yeah, it was. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take just a really short break, and we're going to come back. All right. And, okay, back. All right. So I was going to mention something earlier, but then I stopped myself. So, you know, kind of the games we played, stuff like that, all that jazz. I wanted to bring this up because, holy crap, like for me, it's the newest, freshest thing out there since sliced bread. Nintendo Switch. I know, right? You like that?
Well, if you want to be like accurate, sliced bread isn't that old. It was.
What?
I mean, I don't know. Hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah. Are you agreeing with Tyler's analogy? Like, I can't tell. So what?
So, as Dalton is researching sliced bread,
Buckle up,
like,
guys.
Oh,
the first ad.
Okay.
You got it?
I'm gonna
You got it?
you again.
Yeah, do it.
Sliced bread, like a machine that sliced the bread, didn't come out until 1928. So really, sliced bread isn't that old of a concept of buying sliced bread instead of just buying an entire loaf.
It's old to me, so.
I'm gonna say.
Well, I know Tyler was born a couple years before that.
Oh. Dropping the whole age thing on the first podcast, you jerk. Yeah, for respective listeners, I am the oldest in this virtual room that we are in, and Dalton is but a mere child. So there.
Hey, I'm almost 20 years past.
Whatever.
20 moons.
Whatever, you infant.
I don't know. 20 rotations.
I don't know what I am.
Oh my gosh.
I'm almost 20.
Okay, so the first commercial that they released for the Nintendo Switch, totally geared towards, oh my god, this is so hip, this is so cool, millennials are going to love it. You can use it in your everyday life while you're walking your Great Dane and living in your ridiculously expensive apartments. No, seriously, every single person in that video was like filthy rich. What the hell?
Yeah.
Pardon my language, but yeah. So yeah, anyways, dude, have you guys seen the newer ad campaign where everyone, the whole video, it's only like a minute so long, and everyone's playing Mario Kart 8.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's not Mario Kart 8. The Mario Kart 8 that's coming out for the Switch is like Mario Kart 8 something.
Deluxe edition.
Yeah, it's like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The video literally starts out with a guy in like the bathroom, like he's in a stall.
What?
Sitting on the toilet.
Oh
And
my gosh.
it shows, I'm not kidding you, the video shows the outside of the stall, so you see his legs, and then the camera pops inside, and you are looking up, and it's like feet on the ground, switch in view of like his junk in the center of everything that you would never want to see. And then the camera pans up, like it pops up above him, and you're seeing the actual screen of the Switch. And the only reason why you don't see all the stuff you would never want to see is because like a little tuft of a shirt. He's on the crapper.
That's awesome.
It's disgusting.
I just want to throw this out there. Full disclosure, I haven't seen any videos and stuff on the Switch yet.
Oh, okay.
I've been
Dalton.
garbage. I know. I know.
Dude, we've been talking about this for like weeks.
I know.
It came out weeks ago.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know there was commercials for it yet. I was never told that.
To be fair,
So I'm
everything
blaming
about
you.
it is on YouTube. Everything about it is on YouTube.
To be fair, you could have like shared something on Facebook, like, "Whoa, look at this cool new."
The commercials are like a
device."
minute long. They're like, most of them are pretty short. Yeah, everything
Frustrating
except
about-
for like the Switch stream you can watch super easily.
Seriously, dude. I shake my head.
You know,
I shake my head.
when they did release that trailer, like hype was at like, I mean, they were at peak hype at that point. Everyone was waiting to see what this thing was. And I still held on to that hope because like there were two different parties of thought. People that were saying that the rumors about them teaming up with NVIDIA were true, and then people saying that they were teaming up with AMD to make an actual like console. And so when they did say we're revealing the Switch, or we're revealing the NX tomorrow, you go onto their website and it's like it said the Nintendo NX, our home console, will be revealed at whatever time. So you're like, oh, it's a home console. You're like, yes, it is AMD. And then like I watched the trailer and I was like, oh no, because it was like everything I don't personally want. It's like it's everything that it's the complete opposite of what I wanted. Like from the moment when we first started getting those rumors about the what the Switch was going to be, I was like, no, that's a stupid idea. Like I was like right from the get-go, I was like, I really hope not. And I think I even told you because you posted something about it, and I was like, I would never use this. I would never because I game at home. Like I don't, and I just want something that can. I just want some decent hardware that I can play Nintendo games on.
Well, you got it. You have that option. You can totally use it and just never take it out of its dock.
I can with and it looks fine, but it's like all of the ports we've seen so far, the games look like if you compare the PS4 version of Dragon Quest Heroes 2, which is getting ported to the Switch. If you look at those screenshots side by side, like the amount of detail that you're losing is just so significant. It's just mind-boggling, and it's going to look even worse. Yeah, and it's going to look even worse when you don't have it docked, probably. Like the frame rate isn't going to be as good.
True. Dalton, have you even seen like pictures of it?
Yeah, a little bit. But no, yeah, I know what it looks like for the most part.
Okay. Good. So this is a super ghetto way to get around it. So I'm not savvy enough with this. Okay.
I can make it out.
You see that, Dalton?
No. You're literally like President. Hold on, let me see. No. Maybe. Give me a sec.
I can see it.
Whoa, aren't you special, Jacob?
I know. I'm just surprised that I can, honestly, because it was really blurry at first, but it's kind of coming into focus.
Anything?
No, I just see a T.
Seriously, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, dang it. Whatever.
Just imagine a toaster, but there's only one slot.
There?
Still saying a T.
Okay, I'm gonna talk continuously and see if that. Okay, shut up, dude. Don't say anything. Okay, so
It's gone.
Whatever. You saw it.
I'll
post it on the chat later. Yeah, seriously, Dalton, you asked me like friggin' like 2 hours before we got on. And I'm like, yeah, go watch the Switch presentation. You're like, okay, cool. Jeez, dude. But yeah, I guess Dalton will give you the rundown.
And hey, what if viewers don't know what it is?
That's true.
I think I feel like if they're looking up a podcast to listen to that's of this variety, I feel like they would at least know what it is.
Yeah, for real. Unless you're Dalton.
Like if you follow, and this is no offense to you, because like it usually who cares, but like if you follow gaming like news or blogs at all, then like it's been everywhere for like the last year, and then like there's been lots of hype, and then like it's all over the place right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just not a super big Nintendo dude. To be all honest, all cards on the table.
That's all good, man. You guys will just be sitting there crying yourselves to sleep when I'm enjoying my friggin' Nintendo Switch launch day.
He won't be crying himself to sleep. I will be. I'll be like, why Nintendo? Why?
I will have a perfectly
I thought you loved me.
night of sleep.
What?
I will have a perfectly good night of sleep that day. I won't even be phased. I'll probably be like, hey, Tyler, how is it? I'll be like, cool. Good night. I'm going to go sleep very well and not shed a single tear.
No way, dude. I'm not even going to text you back because I'm going to be so freaking engrossed in Breath of the Wild.
It's almost worth the price of admission. I was kind of tempted. I was like, $300, like $360 to play the new Zelda. I'm like, maybe. But I just like, until there are more games, I'm just not. I'm going to wait. I'm going to borrow my brother's Wii U and I'll play it. I'm serious. Like, because here's the thing. They announced this game and for the Wii U, and I'm like, okay, like I wanted to get a Wii U, but I'm like, I'll wait till it comes out. Right. Like literally. So the entire Wii U cycle, I'm waiting for this game. And they don't even release it in like the Wii U's lifetime. Like the Wii U's basically dead at this point. And like they stopped making it. And so I'm just like, everyone's like, get the Switch for the new Zelda. And I'm like, the Zelda that I almost got the last console for. Like,
but at least you'll be getting this console at the start of its life.
That way I can experience the full console's lifetime of disappointments. I can just be there for all of it instead of watching from a distance. No, I think my brother, he has like 6 games for the Wii U. I almost got a Wii U. I ended up getting a PS4.
Better.
I almost got a Wii U. And my friend, Nick, he convinced me not to because I was like, oh my gosh, Smash Brothers is out. I'm going to play Smash Brothers. And Nick's like, you can come over here and play Smash Brothers. Like, don't buy a Wii U. You're going to regret it. I have a Wii U. He's like, there are no games. There are no games for this thing. And like, I'm really glad that I bought a PS4 instead of a Wii U because like I would have been so bored with the offerings. It just wouldn't be enough. Like when I had a Wii, like that was fine.
Yeah.
Because I think the Wii probably had more good games on it than the Wii U does. I could be wrong about that. Yeah. They had a better library. But at the same time, I wasn't as big of a gamer back then as I am now. And I didn't have as much money to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I would buy a game and then play it a bunch, like over and over again. Because like that's, I think I was still living with my parents at the time for at least part of the Wii's life cycle. And so like I would just get a game and then I'd play through it a bunch because they didn't have a ton of money. But now it's like when you get a game, you plan out your time because you have a schedule and you're like, I'm going to beat this game today or whatever. Like I'm going to spend so much time on it. So you beat the game and you're like, okay, like paycheck, what game do I get next? You know, with the Wii, and like I don't know what that would have been like with the Wii, but I do know what it would have been like with the Wii U, because I can literally look at the games library and be just like I would have been done within days. Within days, I would have all the games, and I'd be playing through them, and then I'd be like, where what do I do now?
See, I'm actually at like a perfect, like, so many people look at, you know, points in your life and it's just like, oh man, you can't do things anymore. Cause like, you know, with me being married and have a kid, like it's actually semi-advantageous to have a kid, because like I don't have that much time anymore. So I can't blast through gaming libraries. It's perfect. Like my parental responsibility actually allows me to have a plethora of games that I haven't tapped into.
Okay, that's like, I'm gonna borrow another. Yeah, no, never mind. Like that's like.
No, it's a fun.
I was going to give an example of what I think that is, but like, it's kind of like, okay, so forgive me for saying this. This may be offensive, but it's kind of like saying like the benefits of like having cancer, like being like, eat all you want and still lose weight. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah, I don't take offense to it. It's a dark joke, so if that offends anyone, we all apologize. But that was funny.
I borrowed it. It's not my joke. I stole it. That just made me think of it.
It's dark.
Oh gosh, that was funny though. I'm sorry.
But the thing is, though,
is for laughing.
Yeah, of course, because it's cancer. But there are people out there that might listen to what I said about, you know, being a parent and be like, oh my gosh, obviously he doesn't love his child, blah, 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 blah. And to that person, I tell him to shove it. Because, like, you don't know me. I love my child. I want anything more than anything for her to be at a place where I can hand her a Game Boy and she plays with it and doesn't try and bash it and chew on it.
That's got to be why Nintendo products are so durable. They're like, kids are gonna play with these. Like, make sure if they drop it from like 30 feet, it'll survive.
Yes, I could take an original NES and drop kick it across the room, and I guarantee that thing will still work.
Do it right now.
I don't have one.
We're live. Oh, okay.
In the room, we're live. Do it. Also, like, I'm not wearing shoes. So we just talked about durable. That would hurt my foot more than it would hurt the NES.
Oh, poor Tyler.
I know. Yes, poor Tyler.
It's for science. Do it.
You know, I can get my hands on one really easily. That isn't my personal one I use. So we will test this.
That's fine. I have 2 or 3. And one of them is missing the lid, so we'll just use that one.
Perfect. First video.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be like, well, it's because the lid wasn't on it. The lid actually allows for like the.
But anyways, no. Honestly, all of the huge comments aside and critiques people have with Nintendo stuff and their marketing schemes and how they do things and all of that, pretty much anybody you listen to, like, it is a resounding fact. Hold on just 1 second, you guys. Let's just pause for a second. Everyone agrees that Nintendo, while they might not like their marketing ideas and how they do things, blah, 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 like, their products are solid.
Mm.
You know, like, it's going to be a quality product. You might not like it. You might not like what it does and how you use it, but it's a quality product.
Mm.
Like, that's just hands down with Nintendo. And they're huge at innovation. My beef with Nintendo, and I'm the Nintendo fanboy here. I mean, like, I know, right? It's actually surprising that I'm not wearing one of my, like, 4 Nintendo shirts that I actually have.
Dude, seriously though.
I have like probably 20 plus shirts, and I only wear like my Nintendo shirts.
I'll be right back because I want to show you guys something. I was meaning to do this.
Oh, Jacob's got a surprise.
So you said like you're a Nintendo fanboy. Pretty much like every one of my brothers is. And for Christmas, my brother one of my brothers made me this poster. Okay, what do you think he calls it?
Okay, which brother? Which brother?
Jordan.
Oh shoot, I don't know. I'm blanking.
Dark Side of Hyrule.
Link Floyd.
Oh
Oh
god.
my gosh.
Oh my god. For anybody, because the video we'll probably just be doing audio before having video stuff. It was the Pink Floyd triangle
Oh, my
with the light
bad.
coming in and shooting into the prism,
I didn't
and
think
it's
about
Link
that.
holding the Triforce. That's yeah, wow.
If you do like a YouTube thing with it, you can just because like he's got it on Facebook, so you can just like take that photo and just like plug that in there if you have to or something.
Perfect. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's perfect.
I don't know, whatever we decide to do.
You should snap a photo of it or find it on the line or something and email that to me. That's perfect.
Sure, yeah, I can email it to you.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I'm totally like I'm the Nintendo fanboy, dude. Like I'm hardcore, but like with the Wii, they ticked me off because it's like we're not appealing to the core gamer anymore. And that ticked me off back in the day. I've gotten over it. What bums me out about Nintendo is that it's like you guys were the leaders in innovation. You shouldn't have made the main thing you do innovation.
They shouldn't do it at all.
No.
That's
I don't
my
agree with
opinion.
that. I don't agree with that. If you
Okay, all right.
look at Nintendo, take an NES and flip it upside down, and on the bottom there's a port where you can pull a piece off, and there's a friggin' port. There's a plastic cover, and you can pull it away, and there's a port that never got used. Why was it there? Because Nintendo was thinking ahead.
There?
They were thinking ahead. Okay, now that might sound like, dude, that's bad marketing. No, it's smart. They were always thinking ahead. Well, then they created the Super Nintendo. They added more buttons. Okay, the shoulder buttons, L and R. You know, instead of just A and B, X and Y. They changed the shape of the controller, made it more ergonomic. They moved to the 64. They were the first to create an analog control stick.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Stupidest controller on the planet.
I love that controller.
It's a batarang.
You're like, what do I do? I stick it on my face? Like, what do I do with it? Like, where do I?
Serious. It's a grappling hook.
It's a trident.
Yeah, it's like a trident grappling hook.
It's like a / batarang.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. And so yeah, but still first to have the Rumble Pack. You know what, Dalton? You freaking this is in the Switch presentation, dang it.
The HD Rumble.
Shut up, Jacob. You're gonna be longing for that.
How is that? I don't
know.
I see some potential with it, but I'm like, how is that better than the Rumble we already have? Like,
because
high definition.
there is some
current Rumble, you can't feel 3 individual ice cubes going into the cup.
I'm like watching that. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? How does this help me as a gamer? What am I supposed to take away from these specs right now? Okay, so like one thing that I would take away from like the HD Rumble, and I've heard other people say this, is like if you're playing a first-person shooter and something moves behind you, maybe the Rumble is good enough that you could detect where behind you it was just from the feel of the Rumble. However, that is why we have like audio cues. Like if you have headphones, like you can hear that. So like I don't understand like why it's necessary. It could be cool, but I don't see why it's necessary. It feels gimmicky to me, kind of like the Kinect and like a bunch of other stuff that's been done.
Or the Virtual Boy.
Well, I wasn't around for the Virtual Boy, but I could,
Wait, whoa. You weren't around for the Virtual Boy? What?
When was that released?
Oh my god!
I'm just saying I don't remember it actually coming out. Is what I'm saying.
If you weren't born when the Virtual Boy came out, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Oh, whoa!
That's pretty. I might have been, but like 1995. So I was alive, but you know what I mean. Like,
thank God.
Watched.
I wasn't.
So yeah, the Virtual Boy was like. I feel like the Virtual Boy is kind of a snapshot of Nintendo's marketing and just like endeavors in general. Like the The best that they've ever, like the most successful they've been and the most unchallenged they've been was when there was literally no one else around. Like literally they brought back the market from recession because there was like because there was like an oversaturation of games. And so everything just shut down, and they came in and they decided exactly who to market to. And they slowly trickled in quality games so that there wouldn't be like a saturation of the market, and there were quality games and people played them. But there wasn't really anyone else around to really challenge them.
Are you talking about the NES?
Yeah. Like when the NES was a resurgence of gaming. And there was nothing, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure there was nothing quite like the Super NES when it was released. And then they partnered with Sony to make a CD console, like a CD reading console. And then Nintendo backed out. And so Sony just took it and then used it to make the PlayStation. And because it could read discs, everyone moved over to the plate. So they basically, it's like one of those things, like it's like a Japanese myth where like you create the monster and then you have to kill it. It wasn't actually going to do that. Like they created Sony basically. Like they put everything in place for it to happen. They took every step necessary in order to let Sony get ahead in that situation with like the N64 and the and they've like refused to like adapt to online gaming. They refuse to adapt to the things that people like. Sorry, this is like my kind of harsher, kind of cynical view of Nintendo, but they haven't adapted at all, and they don't see the value in it. And I understand that like people want innovation, they want new stuff, but I feel like they should meet the main things that people want before moving onward. Like they're trying to do like 4K stuff. It's like, well, let's actually figure out 1080p because apparently your consoles can't handle, because like even the PS4, like a lot of games, you're doing 1080p, but are you doing it at 60 frames per second? No, you're not. How are you going to do 4K? People just want the basic necessities, and they're not even giving us that. And and Breath of the Wild looks cool, and people are talking about how great the graphics are. And it's like, we could have had this game 10 years ago if Nintendo had decided to make a console that could provide that. And so like when I watched Matt Pat's debate with Reggie, where Matt Pat was debating that they should no longer. It's basically an ad. Someone in the comments was like, ads are getting smarter, like Skynet. Like that was happening. It was just Reggie just telling us how great the Switch is, basically. But Matt Pat was arguing that like they should stop making consoles and just go third party like Sega. And I'm like, I've been waiting for that for years. And I know that's a terrible thing to say. It's a very unpopular thing to say. Most people, when they're talking about this, are like, oh, but I love Nintendo and I hope they succeed. I do not hope they succeed. I hope that finally this is the point where they get like a swift kick in the pants and they figure out what they're doing wrong. Like I really do, because I want to be able to experience these games with their full potential and not just with gimmicks. I want the gameplay back. I feel like I haven't had that for a while. So
see, the funny thing is that like I actually don't disagree with you, except for your last statement of them bowing out of the console war and just being third-party games. I 100% disagree with that. But everything else you actually said, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree. That's what I was saying. With the Wii, like, they just solely focused on innovation. And it became a gimmick. They didn't use innovation to make their game system better. Yeah. Like, and Sucky, I don't know how innovative the SNES was. You were saying, was the SNES unchallenged? While you were saying that, I looked it up. The Sega Genesis came out in 1988, and I'm pretty sure that the Super Nintendo came out in 1990. That was historically Sega's problem, is that Sega would release systems first, but they always had issues because they'd put them out too fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they came out with the Genesis. They came out with that in 80. Did you say 88?
88 Sega Genesis.
Really? And then the SNES was when?
Pretty sure 90.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize that.
What were you gonna say, Dalton?
Like, where did Sega go?
Oh, well.
Like, I haven't heard anything about them in a long time.
They just make games now.
Oh, really? No
Yeah.
consoles or anything?
No. Dreamcast was the last one, right?
Yes, and it's interesting. They made mistakes similar to what Nintendo has made, and they fell short in those same areas. Well, I shouldn't say that they made exactly. They didn't. It's not comparable in that sense. But if Nintendo makes a blunder like that, they can just keep marching because they have all the backing they need to keep moving and just do another one, right? But the Dreamcast, they didn't have that luxury. They didn't have enough money to stay in the. They got strong armed out of the console stuff.
See, that's the thing that Nintendo has is like they were making good consoles. And they were not super great, but they're making good consoles. They have one of the best first party. I mean, they have the best first party lineup, in my opinion. Their games that are theirs, that is no one else. That's them. Yeah. Everyone knows that the core Nintendo games are going to be awesome. And then here's another area. Here is one tiny area where innovation actually was the right way that Nintendo went. Was the Game Boy. That was totally innovative. Game Boy was
fantastic.
That was totally Game Boy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's their most successful console, to be honest, because it's just evolved over the years into what it is. And the 3DS is like one of the most popular systems out there.
Yeah, which is surprising.
No other company has been able to match the handheld market.
It shouldn't have been as popular as it was, though, and they almost lost that market. They had to really push for it and that's why Sony backed out with the PS Vita is because everyone has smartphones at that point. So you were looking at a completely different marketplace at that point. People were getting those kinds of experiences from their phones. They weren't necessarily trying to go with handhelds.
Yeah. Now here, what was I going to say? So it was talking about Nintendo bowing out and the third, just being a third-party company. Honestly, I think that's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Microsoft and Sony need somebody out there just friggin' pushing their buttons.
It would be, you're right. It would be better for the console marketplace.
Honestly, I really hope that Nintendo stays in the game that way, just so those two. Oh my God. And we can kind of close on this note because getting late. But
oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. Holy crap! Look at friggin' stuff like Xfinity, Comcast. Like, at least in the Northwest, there's like no competition for them. You can get CenturyLink. Century crap.
I agree. I even have CenturyLink.
Shout out to Xfinity.
They're terrible. Shout out to
So
oh my gosh.
Microsoft and Sony they'd become too much of a powerhouse, and Nintendo needs to stay in the game. That doesn't mean they're going to. Like, they don't. Yeah, I hope the Switch is a success because of that competitive market. Honestly, and the funny thing is like I can't argue this kind of debate too much because I pre-ordered the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it.
Well,
and it's like
that's.
But I don't have like I'm not like the guy who's like, no, Jacob, see, you're wrong because of this factual data and this and blah blah.
You're saying you're biased.
No, I'm actually not biased. I'm actually like sitting here like you can like I was talking with Campbell and he was going off about like all the reasons like why it's dumb and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm still gonna buy it and I'm gonna play it and it's gonna be fun. And
yeah, like I'll probably get it at some point too. Yeah,
he couldn't argue with me because I'm like, he's like, why would you buy it and ever take it out of your house? I'm like, because I can, because it's awesome. I'm like, Campbell, I pack up my Xbox to go to my parents all the time. This is perfect.
That is,
I don't have to.
That's an advantage I can see is like laning is all of a sudden a lot easier, but that's That depends on the situation though, because like if
Yeah.
I want to, most of the time if I want to play people, I just go online, whether it's on Steam or on PS4, and then I just like jump into like a voice chat party, and I'm like, hey guys, what you doing? And then I start playing with people.
Yep.
That's kind of what people do now. But like being able to just go to someone's house and then just like pull out a Nintendo Switch and just start landing, that would be cool too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and what was it? Where the Switch will succeed is if in some way, shape, or form, the Switch is going to use a cartridge. It's not the SD card cartridge that the 3DS uses. It's a new kind. Because this is the deal. Nintendo always lacked backwards compatibility. The SNES couldn't play the NES. The 64 couldn't play either of its predecessors. The GameCube, same thing. The Wii U is one of Nintendo's most successful consoles. It has, I think, the largest library out of all of their systems.
Whoa. Did you say the Wii U is one of the most successful consoles?
Conversation.
It literally barely outsells the Dreamcast. Barely. Okay.
Sorry. The Wii.
Everyone, please send your emails to Tyler.
Yeah. The Wii. That was a miss. Wow. Mess up.
Yeah.
Because I'm jumping ahead in what I'm going to say. The Wii. Right. The Wii is one of their most successful consoles.
It's one of the most successful consoles of all time.
Exactly. It has like its library of video games is like 1,000 plus. It's insane.
We should subtract the shovelware and see where we're at, though.
What were you saying, Dalton?
Since it's the most successful console, that way I can buy one for like $40.
That doesn't, dude. Like,
you can buy a 360 for $40. Like, you can probably.
The PS2 has one of the biggest gaming libraries out there, and I have 4 PS2s that I didn't pay for.
Yeah, PS2s are like
seriously
so many great games on the PS2. Oh my gosh.
But so you could finally play GameCube games on the Wii. And then the Wii U. So literally, I used to have the entire evolution of Nintendo's consoles. I had every single Nintendo console. I finally just decided, screw it. I sold some. I have my Wii so that I can still play GameCube games if I want. My Wii U, I can play Wii games on.
Yeah.
It's and the Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP. I could play all of those cycle of games on those 5 on each system. Each new system could play the old games. Then you got the Nintendo DS, and it phased out the Game Boy and would only play Game Boy Advance. And then the Nintendo 3DS, or I think actually it's either the DSi or the Nintendo 3DS phased out. I'm so brain dead. The DSi or the 3DS is the one that phased out Game Boy Advance games.
DSi.
Thank you. And that was smart because people had kind of forgotten by that time. Original Game Boy games were old enough that you didn't need to still play those games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So backwards compatibility didn't need to play that old of stuff. If they do something like that with the Switch, somehow.
Backwards compatibility?
They're not going to be able to do backwards compatibility, but if they make the Switch be able to play 3DS games, actual cartridge, and if they up their virtual library,
they need to really work on that. Oh my gosh. I was literally doing the Switch presentation expecting to see all the here's all the remasters we're going to have from the Wii U, but they didn't do that.
Yeah. They need to, dude. They need to have some serious
like a GameCube virtual console thing. Here's all the GameCube games we're going to remaster.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And what else was it? Sucky thing is so far what they're announcing is that with their subscription, you'll be able to play a Super Nintendo Virtual Console game free for that month, and then it goes away the next month.
Okay, that service had better be dirt cheap. It better be dirt cheap because it in no way, shape, or form competes with. And it's kind of it's they shouldn't even charge us really because they've never done this before. You wouldn't pay someone who who'd never done like okay, like there's
That's good.
like someone's going to start like work say like work is going to like work on your car, like your brand new car, and they've never done it before. Like I'm a mechanic, like I've never like I don't have a like certificate or anything, but I'm just going to pop this open and start moving stuff around. You know, like you wouldn't pay someone if they weren't qualified, you know. They haven't proven themselves in the online realm at all.
I agree. I actually really agree. I do agree, but we'll see how it plays out. Okay, so yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap it up. This will help people like this, and this is what we are. We're gamers. We talk about stuff.
We're nerds.
Woo! I think that might I think that might actually be like our tag is we're gamers. We talk about stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And in the future, you guys, we're gonna have more. We're gonna have our podcast. You're gonna have we got a blog. We're gonna have a website where you can find all this stuff. But it's all coming together piece by piece. So, all right, we'll figure out our intros and outros as time goes on. So, peace out, y'all.
Howdy.